All right, so if you're prepping for the RHCSA exam, the Red Hat Certified System Administrator exam, you know this isn't your average test.
Oh, definitely not. No multiple choice here.
Right. It's 3 straight hours, intense, high-pressure, hands-on problem-solving. It really pushes your mental endurance just as much as your actual, GNU Linux skills.
That's the whole thing, isn't it? For you, the candidate, it boils down to immediate recall, maximum efficiency. You just don't have time to second guess or, look things up.
Or panic.
Or panic, exactly.
Yeah.
So today we're diving into this preparation strategy that's, well, it's pretty out there.
It really is.
It basically says mastering the commands. That's only half of it. The other half is about getting your cardiovascular fitness up to peak level, preparing your brain's actual hardware for those 3 hours.
Yeah, I was honestly kind of floored when I first read about the specific system. It treats physical training like it's a core technical prep step.
Yeah.
We're looking at something called the minutely peak method. It's this really systematic workout, and it's designed specifically to boost memory, sharpen focus, and basically install stress control for exam day. It's a fascinating link between neuroscience testing and, well, an elliptical machine.
And the philosophy behind it is key, I think. As an RHCSA candidate, you're trying to eliminate any wasted mental effort, right? Any cognitive drag.
Right.
This system argues that physical discipline gives you actual biological advantages. It literally boosts your mental processing power in ways that just study more hours, well, it can't really match on its own.
Okay, so we need to break down how this physical system is supposed to deliver those mental results.
Yeah, let's dig in.
So let's start with that core philosophy you mentioned, this idea of reducing cognitive load by basically forcing yourself into having only one choice. And that applies to studying the GNU Linux material and the workout itself.
Exactly. Eliminating choices is central. On the exam, you need the one right command, the one most efficient path, instantly. No time to weigh options.
You hesitate, you lose time, you lose confidence.
Precisely. And this training regimen, it's built to mirror that kind of absolute, almost unthinking discipline.
And the workout itself, it's incredibly rigid. The details kind of blew me away. The source insists on using an elliptical machine.
Well, adaptable? Maybe. But yeah, the source used an elliptical.
Okay. Adaptable, but the model used an elliptical.
Yeah.
Exactly 1 hour duration. And the intensity, level 25, which on most ellipticals is the absolute max setting.
Yeah, that's intense.
It sounds less like exercise and more like some kind of, ritual. It is ritualistic, but that rigidity, again, serves the purpose. Eliminate choice. You don't think, should I jog today, lift weights? No, you have one task.
Okay, and the pattern, this minutely peak method, that's really the engine driving the mental benefits. It's 50 seconds at a comfortable pace, something sustainable.
Okay.
Followed by 10 seconds going absolutely flat out, as fast as you possibly can.
And you repeat that 60 times in the hour.
Exactly, 60 times.
Yeah.
50 seconds steady, 10 seconds peak, over and over.
Wow. Level 25 for an hour, 60 all-out sprints. That sounds punishing. Why that specific pattern, though? Why not just maintain a steady high intensity?
That's a really good question. Because steady-state cardio, great for general endurance. But those short, super intense 10-second bursts, that's what forces the specific biological adaptations we're interested in here.
Oh, okay.
We'll get to the science in a sec, but you can see the intensity jump in the numbers. The author mentions that when they switched from a standard workout to this specific peak method, their calorie burn shot up, from around 400 calories an hour to over 600.
Whoa, that's a huge jump, over 50%.
Right. It signals the body's hitting a totally different level of cardiovascular demand. It's targeting adaptation, not just endurance.
And this discipline, this reducing choices thing, it goes beyond just the physical workout, right? It has to include mental input, too.
Oh, absolutely. The full system demands it. Same machine, same level, same 50-10 pattern every single time. And this is crucial. During every single one of those hour-long sessions, the author listened to the exact same MP3 CD.
Wait, the same one?
The same one, containing 25 specific audio lessons for the RHCSA exam.
Okay, hold on. The same 25 audio tracks over and over, 60 minutes a day while doing that workout. Wouldn't that just make you completely lose your mind?
Maybe a little. But the goal isn't entertainment, it's mechanical. It's about filling the subconscious with that material while the body's under this extreme disciplined stress.
Okay. The idea is to eliminate mental hesitation entirely. Think about the exam context. This extreme repetition models the muscle memory you need for those Linux tasks under pressure. So it's trying to embed the procedures, like, deep down, so they become automatic reflexes.
Exactly, saving you those precious seconds you'd otherwise waste trying to recall a command or looking it up in the man pages, which you absolutely cannot afford to do.
Okay, I gotta push back a little here. It sounds almost too good to be true. Run on an elliptical and pass a complex sysadmin exam. Is there actual evidence this physical stress translates to remembering, say, system-citl commands better? How does sprinting 60 times make my brain better for a 3-hour tech test?
No, that's the perfect question. And honestly, this is where the science behind it gets really compelling.
Yeah.
Because the physical stress is directly creating mental benefits. It works in two main ways. Better fuel delivery and basically neurological fertilizer. Okay, fuel delivery first. A 3-hour Linux command line exam. Yeah, that's mentally draining. How does an elliptical workout improve my brain's, fuel efficiency?
It's about how the body adapts to those crazy 10-second sprints. Those bursts are so demanding, they force the body to build more infrastructure. Specifically, more tiny blood vessels, capillaries.
Okay, capillaries, like plumbing.
Kind of, yeah. And this adaptation, this capillary growth, it doesn't just happen in your legs. Research shows it promotes capillary growth in the brain, too. So the workout gives your brain a better delivery network for resources, like a highway upgrade.
That's a great way to put it. It ensures a super efficient delivery system for oxygen and glucose right when your brain needs them most. During that tough 3-hour exam, when you're pushing your mental limits, you want the absolute best fuel delivery possible.
Right, to prevent cognitive fatigue, prevent those late exam mistakes that can just sink your score.
Exactly.
Okay, that covers sustaining performance. Now, the fertilizer part, the bit that actually helps me, learn and remember complex sysadmin stuff.
Right. So research shows that this specific type of intense exercise triggers the release of this amazing protein. The author calls it fertilizer for the brain, which is actually a pretty good description. Scientifically, it's called BDNF.
BDNF.
Brain-derived neurotrophic factor.
Okay, BDNF. Let's maybe stick with fertilizer for now. How does it help someone cramming for the RHCSA?
Well, it does two really important things. First, it supports the health of your existing brain cells, your neurons, keeps them strong.
Okay, basic maintenance.
But second, and this is key for learning, BDNF encourages the growth of new neurons, and it strengthens the connections between neurons, the synapses. Those synapses are your memories, basically.
The intense exercise releases this stuff?
Yeah.
That makes my brain physically better at forming and strengthening the connections needed to remember, say, firewall rules?
Precisely. So you study a complex topic, maybe Linux policies, then you hit the elliptical hard. That physical effort is releasing chemicals that help physically cement what you just learned into long-term storage.
Wow. That's a powerful combination. Studying followed by reinforcement through exercise.
It's a direct biological feedback loop.
Yeah.
And there's more. Some research even suggests this kind of demanding cardio can increase the size of the hippocampus.
The hippocampus, that's the memory center.
Absolutely critical for forming and consolidating new memories. So this method is aiming for a physical change in the brain structure that helps move RHCSA tasks from short-term cramming to actual long-term, ready-to-use muscle memory.
Okay, let's switch gears slightly to the stress aspect, because sitting down for the RHCSA, it's not just about knowing the stuff. It's a mental battle. You hit a really tough question, and bam.
Panic sets in.
Yeah, that classic fight or flight kicks in, cortisol, adrenaline, and suddenly you get that awful brain fog right when you need to think logically.
Which is just disastrous in that exam setting. So the big question becomes, can you actually train your nervous system to handle that panic better?
And this method claims it can.
It's specifically designed for it, yeah.
Yeah.
Through drilled repetition.
How?
Think about the workout structure again. That 10-second all-out sprint, it's a controlled physical stress spike. It mimics that sudden jolt of internal pressure, that, oh no, feeling when you hit a problem you weren't expecting, and the clock's ticking.
Okay, so you're simulating the panic physically and the 50-second recovery period.
That's the practice. It's 50 seconds of actively forcing your body to calm down, to clear out those stress hormones, the cortisol, the adrenaline, and get back to a state where you can think clearly and logically. You're literally practicing relaxation under pressure.
Teaching your body to chill out on command?
Pretty much.
And by drilling this cycle stress spike, forced calm down 60 times in 1 hour. You're basically conditioning your nervous system for the exam environment itself.
You're building physical resilience to mental pressure. So when you, the candidate, feel that wave of panic during the actual exam, your body has practiced this exact scenario.
Instead of the stress hormones hijacking your brain,
your system is conditioned to manage that rush, clear it quickly, and keep the logical parts of your brain online and working, hopefully for the full 3 hours, even when facing complex tasks on the Gene Linux command line.
Okay, so the whole system seems built on intense structure, repetition, physical effort, all leading to mental gains. But the author brings up a really important point, that kind of extreme regimen, just doing the same thing over and over, can get incredibly boring. And maybe even bad for your overall mental health. Needs balance.
Absolutely. That super disciplined approach is great for building endurance and locking in rote memory. But it doesn't do much for the creative problem-solving side of your brain.
Which you definitely need in system administration, right? Things rarely go exactly by the book.
Exactly. You need to troubleshoot, improvise sometimes. So pure rigidity isn't the whole answer.
So to counter that, the author added something else, a counter hobby.
That's right. To exercise that other side of the brain, the improvisational creative part, the author took up playing the saxophone, specifically focusing on jazz and improvisation.
Interesting. So something completely unstructured to balance the intense structure of the workout.
Exactly. It provides that necessary contrast. The creative outlet complements the physical discipline.
I actually really like that combination. The extreme structure of level 25 elliptical sprints paired with the freedom of jazz improv. So the takeaway isn't just the workout method in isolation.
No, not at all. It's the complete system. The intense, repetitive physical training and the structured RHCSA audio input, combined with a necessary, creative, non-rigid outlet, like jazz or painting or whatever works for you.
Right.
That combination targets both sides, the disciplined memory side and the flexible problem-solving side. The goal is total focus, deep memory encoding, and the resilience to handle unexpected challenges. It's really a holistic way to prep your mental hardware.
Okay, so let's recap the core ideas from this deep dive. The RHCSA exam tests memory, endurance, and stress management. This strategy argues preparation needs to hit all three. It aims to build better brain field delivery through capillary growth, boost learning and memory using BDNF, and train the nervous system to handle panic without shutting down logical thought. And very importantly, a mandatory health note that the source material really emphasizes. This is a seriously demanding physical regimen.
Right. Good point. Anyone considering this, or any intense new exercise program, really needs to consult their doctor first. Make sure your body's actually ready for this level of stress. It's not casual exercise. Absolutely critical disclaimer. Okay, so we've talked a lot about the tough parts, the 10-second peaks, the discipline, but here's maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to consider as you prep.
Okay.
We focused on the 10-second sprint as stress simulation, but what about the intentionality of that 50-second recovery? What if you applied that same deliberate focus on recovery to your actual RHCSA study blocks? You know, after tackling a tough lab or concept, take a moment for intentional rest, deep breaths, consciously clearing your mental slate before diving into the next problem. Could that kind of systematic mental recovery be an overlooked key to maintaining peak focus across that entire grueling 3-hour Gene Linux exam? Something to think about. Thanks for diving deep with us.